In honor of the birth rate declining, I would like to share 10 reasons why you should not have kids. This video is for child-free people. Parents, you should skip this one because it may put you in a bad space. I'm giving you a sec. Go ahead and skip. This is just for child-free people. I don't want to put you in a bad headspace, okay? Okay, here we go. One, they are very expensive. If you love money and you are already struggling to make money, don't have a kid. It's gonna be worse. It's gonna get worse. They're so expensive. Have you seen how much childcare costs? Diapers, food, not to mention medical costs. What's wrong with your baby? Enough said. Number two, you might get jealous of your baby. A lot of people don't talk about this, but a lot of people are jealous of their child. The jealousy can come in the fact that if you do have a partner, which we all hope you do, it's great because it does take a village to raise a child. If you have a partner, that partner will put that baby before you, and you may feel a type of way about it in some instances. You may feel weird that they care more about the baby than you. Also, too, a lot of people get jealous of their children if they get opportunities they didn't have. We all know those people. So you might be jealous. You gotta share the spotlight. Maybe that one's just for us Leos, I don't know. Number three, if you are the one carrying the baby, your body changes in all types of crazy ways, and it's not guaranteed it's ever gonna go back. I've heard pregnancy brain is a wild thing, and some people's brain never goes back to normal. Your titties are never the same if you have breasts. And sometimes your down there ain't the same either. Sometimes it never goes back to normal. I used to know a mother who said that after she had her baby, she could never wear a tampon again. It just fell out. And I was like, exactly. I also just saw a video. If you follow April Buckles, I saw her. She has a loose anus. A loose anus? Goodbye. Number four, you cannot slack off and take a break in life. I mean, maybe you can take a break like if someone watches your baby, but you can't really take a year or two just to really fucking ruin your life if you want to, or take a break. Like, you always gotta be working because you gotta support that child. I love the fact that if I get tired of this fucking rat race, I can check out whenever I want. I'm only responsible for myself. Well, and my pets too. But I'm responsible for myself. And if I choose that, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm gonna just check out. I could just choose to be homeless, or I could choose to just go live somewhere off the grid, you know? Can't really do that with a child. I mean, I guess you could, but is it best for them? Number five, that child might have more children. So you may become a grandparent, and that part is really scary to me because it's like, what if I did it? You know, some people are one and done. You have it, and then now that child has children, okay? The worst thing for me when I think about being a grandparent is the fact that if my child's partner passes away, okay? Now I gotta be a parent. They're all coming back to my house. I thought I was an empty nester, and now I got baby kids running around screaming again. I would be a terrible grandparent, I'm just letting you know right now. And that ties into number six, is kind of related. You could become a single parent at any moment. Some people start off as single parents, that's totally fine. But if you are partnered and you have a partner or a spouse, that person unfortunately could pass away at any moment from an accident, from a random fucking heart attack, random fucking embolism. Was that called? A brain embolism? Aneurysm? Aneurysm. That's what the word is, aneurysm. And then you can be a single parent. And that part really scared the shit out of me. Is the fact that you could become a single parent at any moment in time. I mean, think about it. Maybe you fucking hate your partner. Your partner's a fucking worst partner you could think of, and they're a terrible parent, and now you want to get divorced. Now you're a single parent. And single parentness seems really hard. Shout out to all single parents. Y'all, I give you prayers sent to you right now. I send you peace. Number seven, they are not guaranteed to take care of you when you get older. Some people, you may have kids and then they may fucking hate you. They're probably gonna fucking hate you. And if they hate you, why would they take care of you? Also, too, we are all assuming that these kids are gonna make money. What if that child decides they don't wanna make any money and they wanna live under you their whole entire life? Who's gonna take care of you then? Who's gonna take care of both of y'all? And then also, too, in that same breath, unfortunately, what if that child dies? Are you trying to keep having more and hoping they're gonna take care of you? A child is not a retirement plan. Have your own retirement plan, have your own money, because then now you're taking money out of the mouths of that child's children or that child's life. Have your own retirement. Number 8, this one's crazy, but they could unalive you. They could. It happens. It's not a 0% chance. A lot of children unalive their parents. That is terrifying. And it could be an accident. Number 9, they either eat too much, eat too little, or they're just too picky. And I ain't got time for that, okay? I'm already eat too much, too little, or I'm already too picky. So I can't be dealing with 2 people in the household doing the same thing. I'm not fighting over here and make you sit at the table for 6 hours just to eat 1 piece of broccoli. Get the fuck out of here. Then lastly, number 10, they're nasty. Kids are disgusting. They're sticky. They constantly got drool everywhere. They constantly shitting on themselves. They pick up germs like it ain't nobody's business. Yeah, and they will eat their boogers. And they scratch their booty holes. Ooh, nasty. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like and share. And let me know in the comments your reasons for not having kids. And we can all work together to continue to decrease the birth rate. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to really try my best not to cry when I make this video, but I'm so sorry if I do. I have a video currently pinned to my page you can go and watch. It's titled 10 Reasons to Not Have Kids, and there have just been so many ugly men in my comments whose fingers are just so Cheeto dusted, crusted, and who have literally never had their dick sucked, who are like, you know, I can tell that you're miserable. I can tell that you're miserable, and this, and you'll never know happiness. And they're right. They're right. Wait, hold on. 1 second. Hold on. Yeah, we got, okay. They're so right. Like, it's so hard. This life is so hard. I have so much extra money and it's just piling up and I don't know what to do with it. No one warns you that when you're child free you just get so much sleep. I have so much sleep. I can sleep in whenever I want. I sleep until 2 p.m. sometimes. Oh my god, and then oh my god, like when I'm traveling, it's so easy because I only have to worry about myself. I don't have to worry about anybody else when I'm traveling, and that's really hard, you know? Like, I want to worry about someone else. I want a baby crying in my arms, hollering because their ears popped on a plane. We can't all have that, okay? And then, also, they don't tell you how quiet your house can be. My house is so quiet. I can literally hear my own thoughts. And how clean your home can be. My home is so clean. Nothing is sticky. There's no drawing on the walls. My toilet's not broke because I don't have a kid flushing shit down the toilet. I want a broke toilet. I want to have my kid draw on the walls. And then I think the really, really worst part about it all is that you get to figure out what you want to do for your life forever. Like, there's so many opportunities and so many things you can do. You know, there's so many choices. It gets overwhelming. It's like, you know, do I want to go backpack for 2 years? Do I want to move out the country? Do I want to go to clown school? You know, like, do I want to go back to school and become an astronaut? Like, there's so many choices, and what they don't tell you is that, you know, people who are parents, you guys just have it so easy because you have a set schedule. For 18 years, you know what you're gonna do every day. You know, it's always wake up, get the kids ready, feed the kids, get them to school, pick them up, extracurricular activities, bath time, feed, clean, and you do it again for 18 years. Like, we have to figure that shit out for 18 years. It's so hard. Oh my god, okay, I just wanted to share that. I'm so sorry.
Being pregnant would piss me the fuck off, guys. Like every single day, day in, day out, sun up, sun down, I'm pissed. Listen, first of all, you can't be comfortable in bed. You can't be comfortable at rest? Like, are you serious? Second of all, I would have to stop my medication for months and months and months on end. Brother, I am unrecognizable a month without my meds. I don't know what almost a year could do to me. Third of all, I have a predisposition to PPD and PPA. Like, I don't understand why I would. But let's say I do. Let's say I make the conscious decision, which what? To fall pregnant and carry it to term, hashtag pro-choice. I would be giving my mental illness to an innocent. For what? And last of all, but not least, I'm scared that I'm going to relapse and leave a kid motherless because she committed.
People love to say to do things while you're young, but have you noticed that they don't actually mean young? They mean before you have kids. That's what they're really saying. When they say travel, they mean before your time is no longer yours. When they say chase your dreams, they mean before your priorities are forced to shift. When they say enjoy it while you can, what they mean is before someone else's needs always come first. And while I'm still young, what's great is I'm not on that timeline, so I don't have to rush. I can just take my time and I can keep living like I'm young.
It's too early for some of the nonsensicalities that I'm seeing on here, okay? I just came across a guy who was saying that not having children is not a flex. It's not the flex that we think it is. Okay, 3 things to say. Number 1, as a mom, it's an absolute flex. Absolute flex. In this day and age, the crazy world that we're living in, flex, okay? Number 2, as a man, I don't think that you have any right to speak on whether having kids is a flex or not, because guess what? It's the woman who's gonna have to bear the responsibility of having that child. She's gonna bear the child, she's gonna raise the child. She's the one who's going to be inconvenienced by that child, not you. Your life doesn't change, so shh. Number 3, instead of getting on the internet and worrying about whether or not having a child is a flex, how about you go ahead and work on a flexible visitation schedule to see your children?
Shout out to the women that's keeping the birth rate down. I think we can do better. We can go low, if you ask me. Because what did they think was going to happen with the economy when children at school still don't even eat for free? You would literally feed a fucking child a cold sandwich because they don't have money on their books to fucking eat. And that might be the only thing that they might eat for the rest of the day. But you're complaining that birth rate is low. It needs to be in the dirt. Matter of fact, if any of y'all still birthing children, stop. Because it's a bigger end goal right now. And this is coming from a mother right now. I was one and done. You know what I'm saying? Because one, I also wanted to give back to other people. I can't do that if I got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 kids. But that's not the point. The point of the matter is that complaining about the birth rate being low, but meanwhile, fucking childcare is over $1,000 to put your child in the fucking daycare. None of what is making sense. A can of milk is $60. Wipes is probably like $30. I don't understand what y'all don't understand, that nobody can afford it. Hey, try some better incentives to get women to do shit and be better people. And maybe the birth rate maybe will go back up. But until then, bitch, rent is high. Nobody can afford it. Stop.
Good morning, my beautiful community. So, I've been reading some of the comments from my post about my grandmother telling me about 8 years ago to not have kids or get married. She actually said, don't get married and don't have kids. Leave men alone because it's a waste of time. So one comment that I'd like to really talk about that I hear a lot of women say, some advice that women give each other is have the amount of children that you can afford to raise and can raise on your own. And I think that's such sad advice. Like the fact that us women have to always think ahead and consider these things, that at any point in time, okay, other than probably death, because death is also a reason why you could possibly end up raising children on your own. At any point in time, a woman can be a single mother, whether you're married or not. And it's just become so common for us to expect it, that we give each other advice, have children that you can raise on your own. Like, guys, actually think about it. That doesn't make sense. Why should we as women always have to perceive or prepare for the fact to be single mothers? And that's the part I don't really like about parenthood or motherhood in general. I hear women saying motherhood is such a great experience, whatever. I personally don't have a problem with children. I have a problem with motherhood. I don't want to be a mother. Like, I don't see motherhood as, not saying that mothers are not great people. Mothers don't do great things. I love my mother. She is like my best friend, my superhero. She's my twin, But I also realize that she has given up a lot. She has worked very hard. She has had to, make sure that not only just her life is good, but my life is good. And she's done an impeccable job. But I also realize that in all of that, there are some opportunities that she's missed. There's probably some dreams that she had to give up. There's, struggles that she went through that I cannot fully understand in the perspective of a mother, although I have been through those struggles with her. I'm the only child, and she was not married while I was growing up. So it was just me and her. Whatever struggles she went through, I went through with her in a different sense. I grew up with her. I was parentified because a lot of times when there's only one parent, even if you don't have siblings, parentification does happen because you become the second parent in the household. Your mother can only be in one place at one time. She can't be everywhere, either if you were raised by a single father as well. One parent can't be everywhere all the time. So, number one, your child will probably become parentified. And number two, I just think it's just so sad. Actually, number one, I just think it's so sad that us women even have to think about these. Like, the advice we give is even saying to us, the advice that we give each other is saying you'll probably end up a single mother. Have a child, but make sure that you have enough children that you can support for yourself, that have enough children that you can love, that you can nurture, that won't drain you, if I can say, for lack of a better word. I've just been thinking about these things. I'm just like, wow, the advice that us women give each other sometimes is a bit on the shady side. And it's not necessarily our fault. It's just that we've had to evolve and accept the situations that we're in. Instead of finding ways to allow women to be more liberated without motherhood, we tell women, just have enough kids that you can look after, because inevitably at some point you may become a single mother. Does that make sense? You get me? I've just been thinking about it, and I'm just like, what a load of crap. What kind of advice are we giving each other?
This is for all the younger women who are child-free by choice. When I was in my 20s, I knew that I did not want children. Actually knew earlier than that. And the number one thing people always said to me was, you will change your mind. You'll find a man. You'll meet a man who's going to make you change your mind. And, you're still young. There's still time. Well, I'm 43 years old, and I am still child-free by choice. I don't regret my decision one bit. So my message to all the younger women who are in your teens and 20s is to stick to your guns. If you know that you don't want children, don't let society, your family, anyone change your mind. You know who you are and what you want. And if you know that you don't want motherhood, then that's that. And don't let anybody try to fearmonger you by saying you'll regret it when you're older. Because I don't.
I'm child-free by choice, and I know it's very hard to believe for some people, but child-free people also get tired. I hear so often, and I get these comments a lot when parents tell me, you can do it all with kids too. So here's my argument to that. Today I woke up and I felt like I really need to escape this city and recharge my batteries. So what I did, I booked this Airbnb in the middle of nowhere. It's just like this wooden house with a nice yard, and I'm just chilling on the grass right here, right now. I just booked it. I packed, just put a few things with me, and I came here for the whole weekend. I didn't think much. It took me literally half an hour to pack and book it, and here I am. So I know, you can all do it with kids too, but I'm planning to take a nap right here on the grass, go get an apple from the tree, and honestly, it sounds like an absolute bliss to me to be child-free in such moments.
I'm 35, child free by choice, and my sister, who is 5 years younger than me, just had a baby 6 months ago, and my family's asking me when I'm gonna have mine, so let's talk about it. Now, I've known for probably the last 10 years that I did not want to have kids. I didn't come out and say that until I was probably 29 ish, but I knew from really early on that I didn't really want to have kids, that I was okay having kids if my partner, who at the time said he did want to have kids, wanted kids. But once that relationship ended, he and I got divorced after 3 years of marriage and 6 years being together. I felt very, I just felt really solid in my decision of not wanting kids. Now, I am Puerto Rican, from a very Catholic, Hispanic, machismo culture. And so there is an expectation that I, especially as the oldest grandchild on for both sides and of the oldest sibling on my side, in my family, that I would eventually have kids and that they would be coming soon. And so with that divorce, obviously that kind of gave me some time, but then I found my now husband. We've been together now 6 years, have been married for a little over 1, and my sister just had a baby. And so the question is coming up on, when am I going to have kids? And I think it's important to talk about how to navigate those conversations, because they're going to keep coming up for me, right? They're not going to stop. And it's something that I don't want to feel challenged on. So here are the 3 things that I repeatedly tell my family on why I don't want to have kids. First and foremost, my partner doesn't want kids either. He's never wanted kids since he was probably knew the concept of having a kid, and he will never change his mind on that. So I am choosing my husband, who I love and care for deeply, over my desire to have kids, which I don't have one. They always bring up, well, you might change your mind, or, what about when you grow old? And to that I say, I would rather regret not having kids than regret having them. And I'll say that again. I would rather regret not having kids than regret having something that I really didn't want, or I was on the fence about, and resenting that child that didn't ask to be born and bringing them into this world. And lastly, I always say I love my life, and I know that I would be a great mom, and I know that I would probably feel fulfilled to some degree about having a child, but I love my life as is. I love being the auntie. I love being around my sister's baby and my friends' babies, that they continue to have them. And I would love more than anything to be the fun, cool, rich auntie that they can spend summers with. I want to take them on trips. I want to spoil them rotten, but I want to give them back so I can sleep in my bed and wake up without an alarm and worry about what I need to do. So even though I think having children is selfish, I think I'm allowed to feel selfish, and if I don't want kids, then that shouldn't be up for discussion. And so those are the 3 things that I say. My partner doesn't want them, and I care about him more than anything in the world, and I want to respect that decision. Even if I were to change my mind, I would rather regret not having something than regret having them and not being able to do anything about it. And I love my free time. I love the life that I live. And I think I was born to play the role of auntie.
I never wanted this account to be a list of reasons why I didn't want kids. I know why I don't want kids, and I'm certainly not out here trying to convince anyone not to have kids. All I'm doing is representing the child-free lifestyle and showing people that they don't have to follow the traditional script, and that's it. So I do think your question is valid, though, and there are plenty of creators on this app that do talk more about why they don't want kids, so I encourage you to check that out. I've made a quick little pyramid chart here to encompass the 5 categories for which I have decided matter most to me and are reasons why I don't want kids. There are 1,000 reasons within each subcategory on this pyramid, which obviously I'm not getting into. So bottom of the pyramid here, we have physical and mental health. So I never ever want to be pregnant. I don't want my sleep to be compromised ever. I don't want my diet to be compromised ever. I don't want my workout routine to be compromised. My health is so important to me, and especially my mental health, that just the thought of it is so overstimulating. I like my peace. I like my quiet. A child and the crying and I literally I can't even think about it. So over here we have lifestyle preferences. I like expensive things. I don't want to have to baby proof my house. I don't want to have to buy kids things. I don't want to never go pee by myself for like the first 8 years of their life. I don't want them to come into my room when they have a nightmare. I've never seen someone with kids have a life that I want. So to me, that's like enough in knowing that I'm not compatible with that lifestyle. And that's totally fine. Like, and I'm happy that other people are, but it's just not for me. Here we have freedom of time, which really is just like freedom to just exist wherever and however. I love to travel. And in my future, like 5, 10 years from now, I want a house in Europe. I want a house on the East Coast. I want a house on the West Coast. So we can just like optimize for seasons. And like, you can't do that with a kid. Like they have to be in school. You can't like just go. And yeah, you could like get staff or like a sitter or your parents, but like it's so much planning and logistics. We literally book things like a week out, and I'm not going to give that up. Also includes other stuff like me going back to school for my master's, like my husband pursuing businesses, other ventures and hobbies and goals matter way more to me than like having a dependent. Next up, we have money. I mean, yeah, that's like pretty self explanatory, right? External factors. So, just take a look around, see what you think about what's going on, climate change, socio-political issues. Like things are bad. Things are bad. And I'm not going to pretend that they're good. And I'm certainly not going to bring a kid into this world and just like hope that the next generation will fix it. I think that's like such a lazy mindset to have. I'd rather make more of an impact myself while I'm here. Love my non existent kid too much to put them through that. That's basically the essence of why I don't want kids.
My favorite part about being child free is just quitting my job whenever I feel like it. If it's not working, I just quit. I don't force things.
Have you guys noticed that parenthood usually expires exclusively for men? For women, parenthood never expires. You're always a mother, you're always a grandmother. When you think of it, men really have this analogy, and even the law promotes it, that as soon as your child turns 18, you can basically stop parenting at some point. Or even in the law, as much as child maintenance can go up to 18, or a lot assume that it stops at 18, it really doesn't. There are provisions in the law where adult children can claim maintenance. And the reason why I say that men have this notion that parenthood expires is because 9 times out of 10, even if your child is 50, 40, 30, however old they are, if any problems had to arise in their life, they would go to their maternal side. They would go to a matriarchic house. That's why you find so many older men and older children living with their grandparents or grandmother, living with their mother, living with their aunt, living with the female aspect of the family. A lot of times men see parenting as something that expires because at some point it does expire for them. Their responsibilities are null and void all of a sudden. You're an adult now. You don't need your father's help. You don't need to live with your father. And even if you do live with your father, he'll probably make it a living hell experience. The way that a lot of fathers parent is that they believe that their children need to suffer the same way that they have suffered in order to become an adult or in order to be strong in life, not realizing that that is punishment and you are still a parent at the time that you think that this child no longer needs you. That form of punishment is also why generational wealth is so lacking in the Black community, because we don't want to help other generations. We don't want to help our children to get further in life than we were at their age. We lack to set up our children with generational wealth, with their first car, their first house, some sort of trust fund or anything like that in the Black community. And that's why wealth is such a far-fetched thing when you think of generations of it. There might be one generation or one person or even the father that is the breadwinner on his side of the family. Because 9 times out of 10, deadbeat dads, especially those that now have the money to be able to look after their family, will look after their family. They'll look after their immediate family, their mom, their sister, their nieces, their nephews, their cousins, their brothers, children, whoever's children, but their own children on the maternal side. They'll hardly ever look after the maternal side of the family because in their mind, their expiration for parenthood is coming, it's clocking in. In their mind, if they were never there for 18 years or however long it was, there's no reserve bank for that. There's no reparations. There's no, since I wasn't in I wasn't in your life as a child, as an adult, I'll make up for it or whatever. You can never make up for the years that you were never there and the years that you decided your parenthood has expired. I've even had a comment war essentially on IG with a lady that was saying that co-parenting ends when the children turn 18. Okay, maybe with the courts and the laws, but in general, parenting does not end. No form of parenting ends as long as your child is still alive. If you're thinking that you're going to enter co-parenting and you're going to say, I only have to deal with him until the child's 18, or I only have to deal with her until my child is 18, you are sorely misunderstood standing parenting. Surely so. And in your older years, you're going to come to regret and guilt, and then you're going to want to try and make a connection with your older children. And that is their choice, whether they decide to want you in their lives or not. And even if they do decide to have you in their lives, it's not for your benefit, it's for theirs. I truly believe that all deadbeat fathers whether it's by choice, by circumstance, or whatever, you have children out there or a child out there. Every month, you should be saving money in an account. And then the year that you decide to be brave enough and go meet your children, or they find you, or anything happens to you and you pass away, have a will of some sort that leaves money behind for children that are yours, that you, even if you don't even know about them, but there is proof, there is DNA, there is stories, there's someone that comes up and says, hey, I'm your child. You better have some money for some reparations, because the damage that you cause as a neglectful father, whether it's that you're there physically or not there physically, financially, in whatever aspect that you are missing and lacking in your child's life, they never asked to be here. They don't owe you anything. If anything, you owe them everything. You owe them a life. You owe them equal opportunities. You owe the fact that even if you couldn't afford to raise them when they were younger, now that you have money, you owe them to help them in life, to be the benchmark, or the board that's going to help them skyrocket, to help them gain independence, because your lack of parenting and neglectfulness and irresponsibility never expires. You are always a parent, and you will continue to be a parent no matter how old your child gets.